Let's start with the question. What effect does agriculturist have? The text of the profession says all crops grow 10% faster. How does that actually translate into gameplay? Please avoid spoilers if possible. To clarify the question, crops grow in a small, whole number of days. The actual effect cannot be anything approximating being 10% faster. For crops that only yield one harvest per seed, the effect is going to have to be either some crops are unaffected, and some are shortened by 1 day, some crops are shortened by 1 day, and some are shortened by 2 days. Which is it? How do I know ahead of time which crops are which? For crops that yield multiple harvests, is there an additional possibility that the time between harvests is irregular? So how can we solve this? There are 2 possible answers. Answer 1. By looking at the decompiled code of the game, the profession works just like fertilizers. The whole number of days is reduced by 10% then rounded down, which mean the reduction will always be at least 1 day. For multi-harvest crops, the time between the harvest is not affected. Only the initial grow time before the first harvest is reduced. Each single crop will be affected individually, which mean they will all receive the exact same reduction and will all be available for harvest the same day. For multi-harvest crops will have regular harvest. This mean that cauliflowers will grow in 10 days, and parsnips in only 3 days. Relevant code is available here. Look at lines 234 to 240. Though it might be hard to understand as the decompiler does not preserve variables name. Answer 2. I believe it translates into gameplay like this. For example, the cauliflower takes 12 days until harvest. 10% of 12 is 1. 2. So with the agriculturist profession, the 12 days it takes to harvest cauliflower end up being 10. 8 days, which is rounded up to 11 days. I don't think it has anything to do with the number of crops being planted or some plants being affected by it while others are not. I hope these answers helped, and if they did, please drop a comment and subscribe.